My boyfriend left me because he could never beat me at Fortnite, and now I finally understand why. For a long time, I told myself it wasn't my fault. I said it was childish, immature, that no real relationship could end because of a video game. If someone had told me this story, I would have assumed there was something else behind it. Something darker. Something unsaid. But there wasn't. It really started with Fortnite. My boyfriend and I began playing together casually. Night games. Laughing through the mic, losing, winning, teasing each other. It wasn't serious. It was just a way to spend time together. The difference was simple. I was good. Not accidentally good. Not lucky. I had years of experience. Muscle memory. Calm under pressure. Winning wasn't exciting to me, it was normal. To him, it wasn't. At first, he admired it. He said it was impressive. He joked about how his girlfriend was insane at the game. He asked for tips. He said he liked that I was better. But slowly, something shifted. After every loss, his mood dropped a little more. He stopped joking. He muted his mic faster. He blamed lag, balance, luck. He wasn't playing to have fun anymore. He was playing to beat me. And he couldn't. One night, after another loss, he took off his headset and said something that made me pause. "Couldn't you let me win sometimes?" He wasn't joking. I laughed, thinking he was. Then I saw his face. He said losing to me made him feel stupid, inferior, that in front of his friends, he always looked like the guy who couldn't even beat his girlfriend. That was the first time the game stopped feeling fun. I offered to practice together, to switch modes, to stop competing altogether. He shook his head. That's not the same. From then on, every match felt heavy. If I won, he shut down. If I held back on purpose, he noticed, and that made him angrier. One night, after a quiet argument that wasn't really about the game, he said something I still hear clearly. "I don't think I can be with someone who always makes me feel smaller." The next day, he sent me one message. "I need space." And then he was gone. For weeks, I convinced myself I had done the right thing. I told myself no one should have to make themselves smaller to be loved. That it wasn't my job to protect someone else's ego. That if a relationship couldn't survive a video game, it wasn't strong to begin with. That's what I told myself during the day. At night, it felt different. The silence hit harder, without the sound of his voice in my headphones. No invitations to queue up. No jokes between matches. Just me and the glow of the screen. I started replaying memories. Not the big fights. The small moments. The first time he went quiet after a loss. The first time he ended a session early. The first time he stopped celebrating when I won. I realized it hadn't changed overnight. It had eroded. Slowly. I also noticed something uncomfortable about myself. I never meant to humiliate him. I never wanted to be his rival. But I also never stopped. Winning was automatic for me. I didn't think of it as domination, just playing. But now, alone, I wondered how it looked from his side. Did I smile too easily after winning? Did my advice sound condescending without meaning to? Did my calm make his frustration feel worse? I remembered a specific match. He made a small mistake. I capitalized immediately and ended it fast. Too fast. I remember saying casually, that was the mistake. Not cruelly, just honestly. But I remembered his silence afterward. And suddenly, I thought of another story. The one about the man who spent years hating his biggest rival in a game. Training obsessively. Losing sleep. Feeling consumed. Only to discover that rival was the person sleeping next to him. In that story, someone turned the game into power. And for the first time, I wondered if I had unintentionally turned winning into something heavier than it needed to be. I drafted messages to him over and over. "We don't have to compete. I don't care who wins. I'm sorry if I made you feel less." But every time I stopped myself with one question. Was it fair to apologize for being myself? Because there was another truth I couldn't ignore. He never wanted to improve. Never wanted to learn. Never wanted to grow together. He just wanted to win. And when he couldn't, he left. That hurt more than the breakup itself. A little over a month later, he reached out. Not with an apology. Not with an explanation. Just a message. "Can we talk?" We met in person for the first time since everything ended. Without headsets. Without screens. It felt strange, like removing armor we both relied on. We talked about normal things at first. Work. Life. Routine. Avoiding the obvious. Then, he finally said it. It hurt watching you win. Not angrily. Not accusingly. Just tired. He told me that at first he admired me. Truly. But admiration turned into comparison, and comparison turned into defeat. Again and again. It wasn't just Fortnite, he said. It was feeling like I was always behind you everywhere. That's when I understood something. He didn't leave because I beat him. He left because losing forced him to look at himself. I asked why he never said it like this before. He looked down. I didn't know how to tell you it hurt without sounding weak. That word stayed with me. Weak. In his mind, love had turned into competition. Measurement. Scorekeeping. And without realizing it, the game had become a mirror he didn't want to face. I asked him something important. What if I had let him win? He thought about it for a moment. I would have known, he said quietly. And it would have hurt anyway. That was the most honest thing he said. Because it was never about winning a match. It was about needing to feel superior to feel secure. And I needed to be myself to feel alive. We didn't argue. We didn't promise change. We didn't try again. We just understood too late that we were playing different games. As we said goodbye, there was no hug. Not cold. Just final. I thought again about that other story. The man who turned love into rivalry without knowing. In his story, the game became a weapon. In mine, the game became a revelation. I still play. I still win. I still lose sometimes too. But I no longer play to prove anything. And if I ever share a game with someone again, it will be with someone who doesn't need me to lose in order to feel okay. Because love isn't competition. And winning isn't always worth what you lose. So now I ask you honestly, would you have let him win? Or would you have lost the relationship too?
I bet you can't hit the follow button and the heart before the video ends in 3, 2, 1.